Hello, my name is Reverend Bonnie Rose, and I'm here on behalf of Our Ventura TV. Today, it's my pleasure to interview Trishna Shah, who will tell us about Pay It Forward birthday parties. Welcome, Trishna.
Thank you, Bonnie. It's a joy to be here.
Thank you. It's great to see you too. So, tell us, first of all, what is a Pay It Forward birthday party?
So, a pay it forward birthday party is where you offer your guests an invitation to bring a gift along, but instead of bringing a gift for you, they're bringing a gift that you're going to be paying forward to someone else in some way. So,
Oh,
it's all about kind of turning a birthday party away from kind of being about me, into an act of service.
mhm. And you do this with your children, right?
Yeah, so I've done
Yeah.
it with my children since they were born, I guess you could say. They've had all of their birthday celebrations, especially in their younger years, were all kind of pay it forward. And really, it was just a journey of planting seeds in their hearts to give and to share. And I think birthdays are such lovely excuses to do this because they happen every year. So it's almost
Yes.
like your day of being kind is diarized.
Right. You can kind of reset your compass once a year to lean towards generosity and giving, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And to be honest, with my first daughter, it started when I received something to pay forward.
Uh-huh.
So I anonymously, of course, you're showered with so many gifts from people all over when you have a baby, especially your first child. And we received one beautiful parcel in the mail that had two hand knitted blankets in it. And one was a gift for Serena, and one was a gift for us to pay forward. And that was such a beautiful seed that was offered to us to then kind of embark on this journey with our kids. And so, as a newborn, when she was 6 weeks old, we journeyed to the hospital and she was born early. So she was a really small baby, and no parents are expecting to have a small baby that's like, kind of airing on premature. You're always kind of buying clothes and things for a newborn baby. And suddenly we found ourselves with this tiny baby and nothing fit her. And so we thought, you know what? Let's make a gift bag of things for anyone who has a tiny baby that they're not expecting. And we'll include this blanket and we'll buy a bunch of clothes for, really little babies. And that way, when this kind of news breaks and you're usually a little bit surprised, as a new parent, they'll be gifted with this stuff that's like ready to use. And so we did that. And Serena came with me to the hospital when she was only 6 weeks old. And we visited one of the maternity wards and spoke to the nurses. And they were really touched because they said it's true. No one ever expects, to have a premature baby. And so that's kind of where the journey began.
Wow, that's so beautiful. Turning a challenge in your life into something that blesses others. It's lovely. Thank you. Now, where are some of the places in terms of the birthday parties? Where are some places that you have actually paid it forward?
So, I think for me, I've always really tuned into that child of mine and kind of thought of what causes they connect with that are a part of their life's journey, because I think it's so important that it's not just some random thing, because I feel like it's hard for them to actually own it and to feel like it's their idea when it's, just okay, donate stuff to this random cause. And so every year we've kind of at that age, wherever they're at in their journey, we've invited them to, we've given them ideas and then they kind of jump onto an idea. So starting with, I mean, when they were old enough to decide. I mean, Serena, both of their first birthdays were birthdays where we asked everyone to do acts of kindness for them as a gift. And then by the time they were 3 years old, they both kind of had a sense for what was going on and they could actually choose. So Serena's third birthday, we hadn't planned it this way, but once she received all the gifts, we said, "Oh, this is so much, and we don't need this much. What should we do?" And we decided to donate a lot of the toys to a children's hospital. She had had a finger surgery just earlier that year. She put her finger in the door, had to have a whole like plastic surgery on her finger to repair her nail bed, and stayed at this hospital. And so she said, "Oh yeah, that would be amazing because the wards have like, playrooms and play areas." And so she went along and gifted toys. So then again, the next year, she was excited about doing that again. Now she knew what that was all about. And she actually talked to the play therapists ahead of time and asked them what they needed. And so then it was an invitation to kind of refresh their play areas. Um, her fifth birthday, she had actually read a book called Lily and the Paperman. And it's this beautiful book about a friendship that forms between a little girl and a homeless man who she sees coming and going to school every day. And at first, she's really scared of him. And by the end of the book, she's actually just empathizing with, he's cold, it's winter. And she actually secretly puts together this whole plan to give him a coat and socks and gloves and, all these things that her parents don't know about. And then she takes them with her. And Serena was really touched by this story. So she was like, Mom, I would love to do blessing bags for my fifth birthday. So she invited all of her friends to make a blessing bag. And so they put, warm hats, scarves, gloves, granola bars, little bits and pieces. And then we actually connected with a church that she had had her fourth birthday party at, interestingly. And she decided to they do a hosting the homeless program in the winter months. And they basically let homeless people come and sleep there at night. And then they feed them a meal and then they're off the next morning. And so she went along one evening to gift all the blessing bags that her friends had made to the homeless people who were there that night. And that was actually a really particularly beautiful experience for her. She was, I think for me, it was so beautiful to see how kids, they carry no labels. They see everyone as human beings. They don't see you as homeless and not homeless. And, for them, you're just a person. She was giving hugs and high fives and like she would to any of her friends, as she went around gifting all these bags. And of course, she was showered with so many blessings in return from all of these people who were there that night. And actually, that really started her journey into always connecting with homeless people. Wherever we go, wherever we are, we can never, she will notice a homeless person. She has like a radar and she's like, Mom, there's someone there. And she'll want to stop. She'll ask them what they'd like to eat or if they'd like a hot drink. And then she'll find the nearest place and go and buy them some food or drinks or whatever it is. So that birthday party kind of created some beautiful ripples. Even to this day, she's almost 13, and this is still very much a part of her journey. My younger daughter, she's connected with different causes. My grandmother is in a care home, and she decided to actually invite her friends to bring along small gifts for the other residents of the care home. So they brought in little boxes of smelly lotions and chocolates and, just small gifts, things that they could keep in their little rooms that they have. And we went along and gifted them to the care home, which was a beautiful experience. And, to be honest, seeing the elderly people's eyes light up when little kids walk into their room to offer them a small gift was priceless. And I think for me, I had to do nothing. I was just guiding the kids where to go. And then they were off and doing their thing and being kids, they share their love so effortlessly. So that was beautiful. For her, she's also done a few kind of collections, which is, for parents where this might all feel quite involved. We in 2019, we visited Kenya and we visited an elephant orphanage there. So there they house baby elephants who have either been abandoned by their herds or their mothers have died or, all kinds of different scenarios. And they take these baby elephants in and they raise them until about 3. And then they actually reintroduce them to new herds and kind of recreate kind of a family scenario for them. And so Ariana is really touched by this. And it was elephants, they were feeding them with bottles. It was just so sweet, the whole experience. So she decided to do a collection one year for the elephants. And she adopted some elephants. And then she received the email updates every month about, what was happening at the orphanage. And so that was beautiful. She has a connection with animals. So
Uh-huh.
actually just last year, she invited her friends to do a collection for a horse sanctuary. She loves horse riding and really connects with horses, especially these last couple of years since we've moved out of London. And she decided to adopt a couple of the horses. And so again, for that party, she did a collection and then she went through on the website and you can pick, different treatments for the horses and different grooming and different, vitamins and whatever it is. And she sponsored these horses. And then we went down to the sanctuary and spent an afternoon with them as well. And she got to meet the actual horses that she'd sponsored. And so I think for me, it's always been about connection. I think it
Yes.
can't be anything too random and just kind of out there and too generic because the kids they can't relate to it and to who they're, giving to and who they're sharing their love with. So I think connection is the key.
So wonderful. You've really given our viewers lots of great ideas, and we're actually just about out of time. So if people want to have more information about, say, paying it forward or acts of kindness or what have you, do you have a website that they might be able to visit?
So a great website to visit is called kindspring.org. And this website is filled with loads of ideas for acts of kindness. And whenever we do these birthday parties, we direct the guests to the website because a lot of people don't know where to start and everything feels a bit overwhelming. And this website kind of breaks it down by category. And there's also tons of inspiring stories on there, which kind of get you going and give you ideas as well to do kind acts. So definitely check out kindspring.org.
Thank you so much, Trishna. Thank you for being such a light in the world and for sharing your beautiful insights with our viewers. And to our viewers, thank you for watching. I am Reverend Bonnie Rose, and this is Our Ventura TV. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.